Hi everybody, welcome to the video and welcome to the flea market. Today is a Thursday, I believe, at the flea market. Remember, all the days are kind of blending into one. But let's see what we can find to buy and then sell on eBay and make some money, make profits if we can. So I'm looking for, I'm really looking for anything profitable. But I'm really looking for toys, computer parts, anything electronic usually, glassware, purses, anything in the categories that I typically sell in. I typically tend to just gravitate towards, the categories I sell in. But I'm always willing to learn. I'm always looking out for new, interesting stuff, seeing what people are selling. Maybe I can develop a new connection and, start selling something else that person has available for me to sell. Resell, that is. But we're on the hunt. We're out here. We're hunting for good stuff. Now, I'm going to go ahead and on Thursdays, which are typically busier days, I'm going to, target just the people that I know I buy from regularly, and see what they have to offer, because they'll typically bring a lot of stuff. So Thursdays are their more busier days here, and so the vendors know when the traffic comes. They know when the higher traffic days are, when there's more sellers. So they will bring out more stuff, or the better, more higher end stuff on those days of higher traffic, and try to make more money that way. It doesn't really make sense to bring out all your stuff on, like a Wednesday or Friday, which typically aren't good days here at the flea market. Not that many buyers. You're just going to haul it all in, then you're going to haul it all back. So it doesn't really make sense to bring it all on those days. But Thursdays and Saturdays, Sundays are your big days here. This is a vendor which I typically buy a lot of purses from, and they don't really have much today. I did, she did mention to me that, she didn't have any purses today, but she should have some next week. So we'll definitely head over there next week, try to see what she has. However, I've already been in contact with another vendor as well, and she told me come next Thursday. I'll have some. I'll have electronics and stuff that I like to buy. So there's gonna, we'll see how next week, see how the next Thursday goes. It might be pretty busy. I remember I found this. I'm always checking out these, like just leather fold-over wallets, pouches, because I found one that was a Doc Martens branded wallet. It was old, it was vintage, and I ended up selling it for $50. I picked it up for, I think, $2 here. I had no idea what the sold comps were. There were no sold comps. There were no sold comps on it. I couldn't find anything. I Google imaged it. I searched Google shopping. I couldn't find anything on it. So I just, I went with my gut and I bought it and posted it. I think I posted it for $80 and ended up accepting a $50 offer on it. So that was pretty cool. That was a really cool find. So Doc Martens, anything Doc Martens. It's primarily known for shoes. Their shoes do incredibly well. So if you do find any Doc Martens shoes, and they're, at a good price for you to make a profit, definitely pick them up. They do sell well. I sell them all. Every time I get them, I sell them quick. The problem is that a lot of people know what they are and they'll price them up. So, but look out for Doc Martens wallets. I didn't even know that was a thing. Here are some other wallets. I'm kind of just, I'm not sure really what brand this is. And there was a Coach one there. I couldn't really, I've said it before. I'm not really 100% familiar with, authentic, or what to look for when it comes to wallets, You know, I'll check the stitching, and I'll check, you know, the way it's made, how it looks overall. But I really am not comfortable, 100% comfortable authenticating wallets. But, you know, on other brands that you really don't see too many fakes on, I'll definitely snap them up and resell them. The Yankees, pink Yankees, probably like for Breast Cancer Awareness Month or something. A tie, nothing really special there. I thought maybe if it was, because here at this booth I have found those Vineyard Vines collabs. The last one I picked up was one with the Masters. So I was thinking maybe it was one, maybe it was New York Yankees Vineyard Vine thing. If that was the case, I would have picked that up right away. But it was just your standard MLB merchandise tag. So I'm just going to leave that there. Yeah, now that I'm rewatching this video, I always pick up, see those flashlights? Or that tall, you know, that black metal, that's a flashlight, it's a mag light. And I always pick them up. I always pick them up and I keep them around the house. But for some reason, I looked over it and pick it up. I'll always pick it up, take a look at it, see if it's clean, and if it's a decent price, I'll pick them up. But they're really good flashlights, and especially good for, you know, obviously for lights, but also in the events that you require a weapon, it can do a lot of damage. So I always have a couple of those laying around the house. You know, just primarily I just use them in the dark. You know, or the other day I was trying to find an ant trail, like where this ant trail led to, and you know I needed some extra light, and that really came in handy. But I found this. This is a North Face hydration fanny pack. Kind of cool. Not sure what the comps are. I'm just kind of going off what I know and what I've sold before. And the fanny pack, the hydration thing looked pretty good, very clean. So we're buying it for sure. And I'm buying this camera. I kind of negotiated a little bit because how much would you on that? Because the camera, you know, it's untested. I'm not going to be able to really. Can you do 5? Can you 15? You know, I doubt it really even works. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why, you know, I decided to negotiate a little bit on that, just because of the camera. I'm pretty sure it'd be fine. I just don't have a way to test it. Kipling bag. It's missing the gorilla, so I'm not gonna buy that. They're missing the gorilla. I don't buy it. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that because I did buy a Kipling backpack that didn't have the gorilla. But typically, if they don't have the gorilla, I will not buy it. If it's just a regular like pack. I saw this little like Greek what do you call it? Clip here. It's made of brass. Antique-ish looking. I don't think it's antique. It may be vintage, but I'm gonna buy it. It's gonna be for myself though. It's not. So whatever she tells me, I'm gonna pay her for it. Usually when it's for myself, I don't do much negotiation. How much for the clip? $5. I'll take that. That's cool.
I don't get purchased today.
I know. I was came over. I was out of town last week, and I was like, all right, get some more purses.
Yeah.
No problem. It's all good. See you later. Okay, I'll see you later. So, yeah, no purses here today, which is good because my purses are. You saw it behind the scenes, and probably saw how many purses I have at the moment. It's a lot. I gotta get most of those. So I mean, the purses are going out. They're just, I need like 5 or 6 of them to go out at a time. So I can start getting that down. But purses sell. They sell year rounds. You know, it's a consistent seller. It's not, you know, it doesn't necessarily change with the seasons. I mean, obviously styles, you know. Styles go in and out, but I try to pick purses that, are just kind of that, did I say twice? That have that style that just doesn't go out of style. They're designed to not go out of style. Just classic. I guess classic look is what I'm looking for. All right, this vendor here always has some great tech stuff. Not necessarily good for resale, but I'm spotting a motherboard. You guys see me pick up motherboards. You see me pick up tech, and it's always a gamble. Always a gamble, especially at the flea market. But this one has the processor in it. It has the I/O shield. It looks great. No issues. There was a drive in there, so I will be able to. I have a drive at least. I will need some memory, which I have on hand here at my house, so we'll be able to test that. But just the processor alone, which the processor is an Intel 7700K, is one of their, at the time when it came out, is one of the higher end CPUs. And broken, it goes for about $50. Unworking, it goes for $50. Working, it goes for about double that, so about 100 to 120. The whole platform, probably in the 2 to 250-ish range. It's an Asus Strix motherboard. It's not the one that's listed on the box, but Asus, a great brand when you're looking for computer components. And also the Strix is their higher end branding that they put on products. That was a long explanation. I can go into more detail if you really want me to, but I'm not going to bore you guys with the technical here. Just know it's a good motherboard, and I wouldn't recommend everybody buying it. If you wanted to buy it, there's definitely profit in there. More profit, obviously, if it works. But if you just wanted to buy and sell it, flip it for profit, you have to buy really low. 10 to 20 bucks max. 20 bucks max to flip it for parts.
How much on the motherboard? 45.
And for parts, like I said, the processor itself for parts goes for 50. The motherboard, for parts, I would probably say another 20, maybe 30 bucks. So probably looking about, overall $70-ish if you want to, just resell it for parts.
On the keyboard,
but I will be able to test it, and I will be able to determine if
on this one here
actually works,
I'll buy
which will
both
bring the
for 40.
most money. Now I'm also negotiating with this keyboard here. Hopefully get the whole deal for 40.
1, 2, 3, 4. There you go.
So just add a little bit more profit onto it. The keyboard's not going to be crazy. The keyboard should go for like around $25-ish. But if I can make what I think I can make on the processor and motherboard, the keyboard's just icing on the cake. And it's a good keyboard. It's a nice ergonomic keyboard. And it's Gold Touch, if I remember correctly, is the brand. Look at just adding some more icing on the cake here. This should be just pure profit once I sell the motherboard and the processor here. This IKEA Owl Light. That'll just be more profit on the overall deal. So when I'm paying, I'm already thinking about the overall deal here. The whole package, the Owl, the keyboard, and the processor, and the motherboard, and the drive that's in there too. So I know there are some Dyson stuff laying around, but he does charge quite a bit for Dyson products. But you can, Dyson, even for parts, sells really well. If you just want to part out the products, they do incredibly well like that. It's just, I know he prices them up pretty well. And with this vendor, well, we have done a lot of business.
On the light, can you do
Sometimes he
$5
asks
on that?
really close to eBay, sometimes over eBay prices, and I just don't feel comfortable offering him too low of a deal.
Okay. All right, cool. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't offer if it's not anywhere near what I can pay, I won't even make an offer. But I'm happy with what I got, and we should make pretty good money on those 3 items combined. Alright, we're going to head down to the middle section here, and I went ahead and jammed up the side of the flea market here so I can get over to Lupe section, or where Lupe, right over there where they're setting up their other tent. It caught my eye right over here. This decanter, this greenish decanter, which might be like a uranium glass, which might glow under black light. Interesting, but the stopper there was all chipped up. It was chipped up around the rim of the actual decanter bottle part, and leave it there. Leave it there and keep moving. And I get over to Lupe section. You want to see right there? Right there. Here comes the camera. Switch. Oh man, Nintendo Switch right there. Now, this isn't going to be for resale. This is for my own personal use. I've been looking for a Switch. I haven't been wanting to pay retail for a Switch. I have a Switch Lite, but I wanted, the regular Switch. I put it up on the TV. And she has everything in here. She has a TV connection. It does turn on. She has a charger for it, some other accessories, controllers, and she wanted $180 for the whole Nintendo collection there, which I'm gonna pay. And I'm kind of glad that she ended up having a Switch, and we do a lot of business together, so I'm happy to pay for it, and I'm glad that basically giving her my money for it, because she really does supply me with a lot of items that I put up for eBay and that sell and keep my store going. And she always has great stuff here, just vintage, from vintage to modern electronics to just normal houseware. So. I mean, a little bit later, we're going to find some Tupperware stuff, that vintage Tupperware that I remember when I was a kid. It's sitting here in a box. So, just doing my due diligence and making sure that everything looks good. And it does. Everything's in great condition, so.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good, how you doing? How much on the Nintendo?
Now, well,
180.
No negotiation basically for me. I'm not planning on necessarily talking her down off the 180. But what I am going to do now
Okay, cool.
is I'm going to start to go through everything and start to make a pile.
Okay, cool. All right. Let me load up my cart.
Hopefully I can get enough stuff to kind of help pay for the item, but also to bring down the overall cost of each item.
Is Venmo or Zelle? Okay.
It's really what I'm looking to do at this point, and of course, it's got to be profitable on eBay.
I know.
There's obviously some toys. So I buy and sell toys. There's Justin Bieber doll. So I actually, surprisingly just sold. You probably saw it in several videos ago, and I did buy it from Lupe's section as well too. Is Britney Spears doll, which I was surprised at how long it took to sell, but it did. It sold I think 4 times and 4 cancellations, which I thought was kind of odd. And finally, and all those previous 4 sales were offers. But then I ended up getting a full price. Someone just paid full price and no questions, no cancellations, no nothing. So that was good. Now I have another, you know, similar type of doll now up for sale on eBay. And it appears to be somewhat of a rarer... I guess there's several different dolls that sing different songs. This one, definitely the battery doesn't work. We'll need a battery replacement, but I'm not going to open it up and replace the battery. But it sings Never Say Never. But there are other dolls that sing other songs. I cannot find, other than a used one, I cannot find any other brand new of this Justin Bieber doll. So I'm going to post it high. I'm probably going to post it around $60 and see what happens. Alright, so here we go. We're going to go on the hunt. I will probably turn off my camera at some point because I have it on my fanny pack. And when I'm, you know, going through boxes and everything, it just starts to, like, creep forward or, you know, just swing around totally forward. And then, you know, you might get a shot of the inside of my leg or something. So I'm probably going to turn it off, and yeah, I'll definitely recap everything at the end, so you'll see everything that I pick up here. But in the meantime, while the camera's on, we're going through some games now, looking at some, you know, Xbox games, PlayStation 2. So I definitely got a good sense of the type of locker she has, and it's got me really interested to see what else is out there on the floor as well too. Of course, Halo 2, one of the greatest games, you know, and that's coming from a PC gamer. One of the greatest games to ever come out. I did play on the PC, but that came out years after the Xbox version. So we're definitely going to pick up the Halo 2. I sell a lot of these die-cast airplanes. So I'm definitely going to scoop that up as well.
Blood money.
Just checking out some of the other games that are here. And make sure they're worth at least $10 or so. Because I'll probably, you know, once I bundle them all together, you know, I want it. I kind of want everything to be around $10-ish. Listed price, that is. You know, it's not quite my $15 to $20, you know, profit that I'd like to be at, but because I'm doing a whole bundle, you know, I will accept, you know, lower profit for each individual item in return for higher profit for the overall bundle. Another little camera here, so it's clean. It looks like it's in great condition. It has the battery. I actually might have a charger for this one. But I don't know. I don't know. So we're definitely gonna snag it. A lot of these little digital cameras, even for parts, they'll go for $10 to $15. The good ones, that is, like Samsung or Sony or Olympus. Generally, you want them to be higher pixels, have higher pixels, and especially if they work. If they work, you can get a lot of money for these working ones, 10 megapixels or more. But in this condition, that I don't know that it works, I'm anticipating anywhere between $10 to $15 for that. Plus, it has the battery. A lot of them I find they just don't even have a battery, so at least it has a battery that can potentially be recharged. And the battery didn't appear to be inflated. A lot of these batteries will get puffy. And sometimes you'll notice if you try to take the battery out, it won't come out. It's because it's kind of puffed on the inside. So, one thing I do is I'll always close the eBay app or swipe it away before I put it in my pocket. And I don't know, it's because I always have this fear that I'm going to click on something that I shouldn't be clicking on or tapping the screen when I shouldn't be tapping the screen. And so I always swipe it away so that way, you know, I start with a fresh screen each time. But I don't know. Do you guys have that problem or have that fear, I guess. Is that fear? Yeah, I just don't want to inadvertently tap something that, you know, I didn't mean to tap. But just a random thought there, or a random event, I guess. Some Crocs. These are more workwear Crocs, as you can tell by the tread on the bottom. They're in great condition, just kind of dusty. Just need a little cleaning. Probably spray those down with some water. That'll be good to go. I'm stacking up the cart. I'm just throwing stuff in the cart. Man, look at all these. There are boxes. Wow, it's pretty crazy today. Random keyboard, but the keyboard I believe needs a dongle. So yeah, we're gonna leave that behind. Definitely want to keep looking around here, check out all the boxes, just based on what I'm finding already. You know, it's like it's like I always say, when I'm looking for something to draw me in. I'm looking for the something. You know, I don't even know what the something is sometimes. What's actually kind of strange, and you'll see it here in a moment. I started finding old like touch-tone telephones, and I found 3 here. And then I found another one at another vendor. I went back around to the front, and I found another one from another vendor. There was actually the other vendor actually had 2. He was already asking kind of a high price, so I didn't bother asking about the other one. But some of these old telephones, and you'll see it here in a moment. These old telephones do pretty well. Okay, let's see. More keyboards. Nothing very good there. Tons of clothes. And she does get a lot of vintage clothes. And I do know there are some vintage clothes people that will get here earlier and scoop those up. And at this flea market, it's not really... A lot of the people tend to set up late. They don't really open the doors for... or as far as like the sellers go, they don't really open the doors. I think if I remember correctly, it's about 7:30. And I know I've seen some flea markets on YouTube that people go to, and they get there early. They get there like 5, 6. And I think there are some vendors that get in here that early, but I don't think it's that many. So if you do come around 7:30, 8 o'clock, people are just barely setting up. All right. Gotta get into these boxes. Ooh, a vintage mixer here. Not sure what happened to the lighting here, but I said earlier you're going to see those telephones, but I guess not. I think I forgot to film that part. But I'll show you what we got in the recap here. But this is a Hallmark keepsake ornament, and it's 2 of them. One of them is brand new in the box. The other one is loose, and I realized later that the other one is actually missing the little loop part where you would hang it from your tree. But it's still grease lightning, and we're big fans of grease. So we're picking that up. Oh, the sun is coming in from that angle, I think. That's why it's looking all... Yeah, I think I'm just I'm in a bad spot for the sun. Trying a few things here. From this vendor here, I used to buy more. He used to get some cool vintage computer stuff, but as you know, last few months, ever since the summer, he really hasn't got items that I particularly like to buy. So I kind of just glance over everything, just kind of see if there's anything, just like the grease, I'm definitely picking up the Grease Lightning.
Thank you.
And we'll pay him and go ahead and move on down the line here.
The robot in there?
An R2.
Oh, toolbox.
It was a toolbox. I thought it was. I thought maybe it was a robot R2D2 in there, but it turns out not to. It was just a toolbox, a smaller toolbox on the inside, and so on. Well, maybe it's not the sun on this side. It's the video is looking kind of. There's it has to be the sun. I see that glare coming in. There's more sun right there. Jeez, man, that sun was really strong today. You know, it didn't feel that hot. I mean, it was warm, but it wasn't hot. This is a newer vendor. I have not seen this person here very long. But they seem to have some interesting stuff. A lot of potential. We have a bunch of video games and movies over here. A lot of common household stuff, decor, clothing. And we're definitely going to take a deep dive. I don't think I'm going to end up buying anything, but I have seen them here the last few Thursdays. And it's definitely promising. The stuff has been different, so that gives me hope that maybe the next Thursday I go, they'll have some newer stuff. I have the Alien DVD box set already, otherwise I would have bought that. Big fan of the Alien series. Even the latter ones. What is it, Alien Resurrection? The kind of where the alien has a baby. Kind of weird, but I still like it. I still love that stuff. I mean, definitely a lot of cool stuff here. I would think this stuff would probably move pretty quickly. I don't know. I didn't ask any prices here because I really wasn't interested in too much. Although based on what the guy was buying over there, it seemed fairly reasonable. Maybe it's their, this area right here of the flea market doesn't really get as much traffic as other parts. So it could be the area that they're in. I always come by and scope this area out. The toys are like what is it? Not carnival, but I'm not sure why I didn't ask about that wallet. It was kind of cool. Not carnival horse. What is it? Merry-go-round horse. That's the word. But lots and lots of potential. I'm curious when I go back. This would have been cool. A Jim Shore piece. Humpty Dumpty, but there were several broken pieces on this. That leg appeared to be leg was broken backwards, leg broken off, there was a hand broken, Humpty Dumpty. It needed help. Alright, but we got a good cart full of stuff. Cool Beatles stuff here. I was thinking about picking it up, but then for myself, but I was like, I'm not sure where I would put that. Run out of room here. Yeah, that sun is not good for the camera there.
Okay,
alright, but that's going to wrap it up for the trip to the flea market. Let's go ahead and go
I got
into
stuff
the
kind of
weekend.
scattered around. I'm going to stand to do this just because I have so much stuff here. Okay, so much little things that I got as well too. I have things here, I have things there, things there. So we spent a lot of time at Lupez, but first, right off the bat, we got this hydration pack. It's a fanny pack with kind of like a sling for your back, and it kind of holds up the the water, the part you put in your mouth. Has the bladder in there. So with these, this is North Face as well too. So with these guys, whenever you're buying hydration packs, like those camel packs, anything like that, you want to check the mouthpiece, the most important part, the one you put in your mouth. You want to make sure it's not chewed up, dirty, grimy. This is in great condition, so that's why I picked it up. If this was not in good condition, I would have left this behind, because the bag isn't in the best of shape, but it's nylon. I could probably throw it in the wash and it'd be good. But a great little pack, like $20 or $30 for that pack. So that was a great find there. And I'm not going to necessarily go in any order of when I went to the vendors here, because I got everything kind of scattered a little bit. But I got this owl. This is an IKEA light. It should be like 20 bucks right there for that IKEA light. The guy had a generator there, so I was able to plug it in and test it really quick. But just a cool light. I mean, IKEA, like I said, IKEA stuff does very well. This is an owl, and people love owls. What else do we get here? We also got keyboards. You know, I'm a keyboard buyer all the time. This is an ergonomic version. You kind of unlatch it, then you can kind of adjust it. It doesn't come completely apart like some of the other keyboards you see me buy, but this one will just kind of adjust to your hand style, how you like to hold, you know, your hand as you're typing, or where your hand naturally lays as you type. So pretty cool. That should be like I think I got this for 10 bucks. That should be like a $30 keyboard right there. Pretty nice. Right below that, Crocs. Now these are more like your workwear Crocs. Look at, you can tell by the bottoms, just kind of like anti-slip. They're pretty dirty. Not necessarily like really worn out, but I'll need to do a little bit of cleaning on that. I got some fuzz on there in the heel part. So that'll take a little bit of elbow grease to get working on that. Back here we got a motherboard. You know, I like my motherboards. This is not the brand that's in here. It's an Asus motherboard. Asus Strix, to be more specific. Has an Intel 7700K. I dropped this in a short, so check out my shorts. You'll see a little bit more details on it. Up close video of it. Comes with a drive. I believe this is an NVMe. No, it's just an it's an NVMe M.2 SSD. So this, if you want to get, if you want to learn more about the technicals, about motherboards, these types of drives, definitely look it up. This is not. I mean, I'm not going to get into too much detail, but NVMe is faster than standard M.2 SSD, SATA SSD. So it is a bit of a premium because it is an NVMe. It's rather small size. I think it's only 500 gigabytes, so it's not that large in size. Can't really store too much on it. Jumping over here really quick, we got that Switch bundle, and we got it bundled up with all this other stuff. So the profit, not only from this stuff, will help pay for the Switch, because I'm keeping the Switch for myself. If you've heard me in the video or not say that, but I'm also going to sell my my Switch Lite that I have. I'm going to sell that, just kind of make up the cost of the Switch, because I wanted the regular Switch to kind of plug into my TV so I can play on my TV, but I didn't want to pay a full retail price for it. So I'm glad I found it at Lupe's station, because I do a lot of business with Lupe, and I prefer the money to go to her than the retail store or somebody else there. Just because like I said, I do a lot of business with her. I buy a lot of stuff from her. She always has great deals. She offers me great deals. So who better else to buy it from? And then I got a bunch of stuff to help offset the cost of that as well too. So hopefully all the profit I make from all that will not just pay for that, but also put me in profit overall for the overall deal. Got two controllers. These are both for the Switch. This is a GameCube style. These are wired connections, as the plug back there. These aren't wireless. Wireless will go for a bit more, like 30 to 40. These will be about 10, maybe $15. Probably more like 10 bucks though. Pikachu, Pokemon style controller there. Came with the cords. You saw me grab this Hallmark Grease Lightning. You actually probably saw me grab, I showed you just the bare one. I thought that this was the box for it, but there's actually another one in here. So 10 bucks for both of these. Probably like $15 for the one in the box. So I'll probably sell that and keep this one, because we are huge fans of Grease, John Travolta, and Olivia Newton-John. What else did I get? We got the Wonder Bread. I just grabbed this because it's just, it's Wonder Bread. As a kid, everybody wanted Wonder Bread when they were kids. We always got wheat bread. I didn't want no wheat bread. This is a, I don't want to flash there's a code in the back, which I'm pretty sure has been used already, but it's Windows XP Office, not Windows XP, the operating system, which you saw in my previous video when I tested that computer out. I told you it came up with Windows XP, and maybe I can get a copy of the operating system, which I have in here, but I think it's like just a reinstall disk, which is probably not the whole operating system. This here, just a mixer. You'll be surprised. Goes for like $10. It's vintage, made in Japan, stainless steel. We got the remotes. Definitely look out for remotes. They're pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, not necessarily pretty good sellers. They will sell for pretty good because usually you can get them for like $1 or $2 at the most. But when someone needs it, they need it, and they'll be looking somewhere around online to find it, and hopefully it's yours. This is a Panasonic DVD TV combo, probably about $10 to $12 on this remote. Check the battery compartments because I will need to clean that one, but I felt comfortable in doing that for it. This came with the Switch bundle. It's just a you'll plug this into your Switch and it'll give you the standard plugs for the old GameCube. They give you 4 plugs, GameCube plugs for your Switch. Then I got this mouse. This is $1, and this should be like $10 to $15. It's just an older Microsoft IntelliMouse, if I remember correctly. It doesn't say back here, but I believe it's the IntelliMouse, and just an optical, old school style when optical was first kind of coming onto the scene. Post rollerball, not trackball, rollerballs. Then I got this funky remote. I didn't even look it up. Let me just look it up really quick right now. I just thought it was a pretty funky remote and it might be worth something. It's RCA. Let's see. RCA. I need to clean the battery compartment. 2640. And yeah, it should be like a $9 remote. So not bad. $9. Not bad for this tiny little remote. We got some games. Again, I just started grabbing stuff, and these are like $10 games. Actually, I think the Bible one's like a $20 game. This one's probably like $9 to $10, probably $8. I might go $8 on that because it doesn't have the original case. Camera. Try to get your cameras cheap, especially if you can't test them. I grabbed this one. This is just a Samsung camera. Probably in this condition, like $10 to $15. I won't be able to really test it because it does. Luckily, it does have a battery, so that should give it a bit of a premium. But it uses a separate where you have to take the battery out and plug it into a little adapter to charge it up, which I don't have that. So, when you're buying cameras, make sure, especially like this, without charging it, without testing it, know what it's going to sell for. Look it up and see what it's going to sell for parts, and then make your buy accordingly. I got some watches. The guy I bought the watches from, I bought other watches for, and I probably paid up a little bit too much for these. I mean, we'll make a little bit of money. They are Disney. The bands aren't very good. Yeah, the bands are pretty torn up on those. This one's probably a better band, but it's probably a little bit paid up a little bit too much. But he's been such a nice guy and giving us some great deals. I sold that that diver's watch. It's not a diver's watch. It's a look like a watch, but it's a depth gauge. I sold that for $75, and I got it off him. So you got to kind of pay back a little bit of payback. Pay it back. I'm not giving payback. Not in the bad sense. Payback. I got this just because I have a huge history buff believer. I like history. I mean history. History's history. I mean, it's not necessarily whether you believe in it or not. It's history. But just a cool Greece. Has one of their, a ship. It's a really cool clip. I mean, it's nice. I think it's either brass. I don't think it's copper. I think it might be brass. There's just stamping in there, but I'm not. This is not selling. I'm keeping this right here. Use that with some, keep a bag of chips closed or something. This was only $1. I grabbed it. I was like, it's got to be worth at least $10. Just a vintage little Casio calculator. It works. Turns on. So for $1, I thought that wouldn't be bad. At least turn it into 10. This I have no idea. I have yet to look it up. It's a speaker. It's the brand. I wouldn't have picked it up if it didn't have a good brand name behind it. But it's Panasonic, and it's just a shoulder. Looks like you just wrap it on your shoulder like that, and you just plug it in, probably to your computer, I'm assuming, and listen to music. Oh wow, it's actually USB 3. If you that blue usually indicates USB 3 connection, which is a bit of a faster connection. Not that it really necessarily, I don't think it really matters for speakers, because I have some USB 2 speakers and they sound pretty good. But it has a little tear right there, so it could hurt the value, but we'll see. For $1, I really couldn't turn it down for $1. What else? That's a game. Something's going off. Oh, turn that off. I don't want to get copyright strike. A couple of games, probably like $10 a piece. Halo 2. Halo 2, of course. Are there any? Do I have to explain Halo 2 to anybody? But one of the greatest games out there. And I'm not even a console player. I played console only pretty much because of this game and Star Wars games. That was the only time I played console games. And then Hitman. This was on the PC, so I did play this on the PC. I never played it on the Xbox or any other system. But look right here, I got a PC game. I never actually played Diablo. At the time, I was more into shooters, Ultimate Tournament, Quake, but there's the Diablo game. So, like $10 to $12 for that one. Not bad. Not bad. Everything's a little dusty, so my hands are getting a little dusty, dirty. There's just a Nintendo Switch OEM AC adapter, so that's pretty good. It should be like $15 for the official Nintendo adapter. So I'm going to sell that one because I already have an adapter, so I'm going to sell that one off. Okay, this one here is another disc. This is an XP reinstall disc. Make sure there's no code on here. I don't think there is. This would come with like your computer system, and you would need it to reinstall the operating system back in the day. Nowadays, you just download everything. This is Windows XP, including Service Pack 2. It's a reinstallation disk. I need some water. I'm gonna take a quick break here. Did it go? Okay, there we go. I think some of the dust was getting into my throat there. I need something to drink really quick to wash down that dust. Another remote. Again, I just grabbed this really quick. It was just an unusual brand. I'm pretty sure it should be like $10 to $15. Again, all these remotes are going to need cleaning. The battery's been sitting in there for a while. Be aware of that fact. Justin Bieber doll. I think I'm pretty sure I grabbed this from Lupa too, and I don't know what this. The thing doesn't work. Kind of weird. You press his waist. It's kind of strange to me. You press his waist to get the sound activation to work. Okay, I got that one there. I'm just going through this box over here, but we have more. We have some stuff over here too. We got this fake Lego light bricks. So kind of like Legos, but they light up. So that should be like $20 to $25. Brand new in there. And then you saw me get all the vintage foam. I'm not going to bring them all out, but one of them's the rotary where you go and then the other ones are these like this. I got the one Disney one, but yeah, the one where you spin it, that one should be like $30 to $40. These ones here are probably more like 20 to 30-ish. The Disney one doesn't really go for that much. I thought it would go for more, the Incredibles one, but that's probably like $10 to $15 for that one. So, but still not bad. We should still make some good money on that. But these vintage phones, they sell. They sell, these vintage old phones. Old school ones. Where you just get tangled up with all the cord that they would have. Okay. Got that. Got that. What else did I get? Okay. Let's go back over here. I grabbed this radio. I don't know. But it's all in Japanese. Sony. Uses D batteries. It was very clean on the inside. I mean, it's not... aesthetically, it's not super clean, but the battery compartment's clean. So we'll give that a test out and see how that works. CD player. Put that down here for now. We got... Yeah, I sell these all the time. There's little die-cast airplanes. They do... Then we got some Tupperware. Got some old Tupperware bowls. Anybody remembers these? We used to have these when I was a kid. So I got a bunch of these Tupperware bowls. I figure they gotta be worth at least 20 bucks. I haven't looked these up yet. I just looked up Tupperware bowls, but it seemed good just looking up Tupperware bowls. But this exact style I have not looked up. And I got a bunch of lids with them too, so they have lids. Then the last few things here... this Casio camera, again, I wouldn't be able to test it, so I got this one. I got for $5. It has the battery in there, so should be a pretty good buy for $5. I could sell it used for parts, I should say, not used. And then just a graphing calculator for $1. So not a graphic calculator, just a regular Texas Instruments solar calculator for $1. Oh, and then these guys here I sell for like 15 bucks, so. Just a little voice recorder. Again, I will need to clean the battery compartment, but it should be fine. And with these voice recorders, you just want to look out for the big names. Sony being obviously #1 of the game. And then probably like Olympus ones do pretty well. But like 15 bucks, so not bad. I think that's all we got here. I'm really excited about the Switch. I'm going to hook that up to my TV. And I got the TV box for it already too, which is great. I got everything all there. But I should make most of my money back with this right here. Actually, I probably will make all my money back with this. Just this. If it works, I'm going to test it out. See if it works really quick. I have the necessary components to see if it works. And if it does... The processor alone, working processor, is about $100. If I include the whole platform there, I'll probably look into $250 or so, hopefully, on that. Otherwise, that's the end of the recap, and we'll go into the topic for today. Okay, and the topic of the day is not really a topic. It's more so to thank you guys. The viewers, we are over 500 subscribers, 530, where are we at? 538 now. So 538 subscribers. Just want to thank you guys for subscribing, for following along this journey. I hope I'm providing great content for you guys. I hope you guys are able to learn. I'm pretty sure a lot of people that are watching this are fellow resellers like myself. And I hope I'm providing great content for you guys, not just going out there and sourcing, seeing what to source, but also valuable insights into, what I do here, and maybe it can help you guys in your business. I would definitely appreciate any comments, anything down below. If you guys have any, comments about what you see in my videos. I know I did a behind the scenes kind of video about my operation here. It's small. It's just in my house. Overhead, low cost. Most of the money goes into sourcing. Some of it goes into shipping supplies. And, now we've crossed over 500. We're going to do a live show. We're going to do a live show tomorrow's Thursday, October. This video is coming out on October 11th, so we will do a video on October 12th. And we're going to do a live show. I'm thinking 1 p.m. I'm going to post. I have to go to the flea market tomorrow morning. Well, I don't have to, but one of the people that I buy from regularly, she said to come tomorrow, be there. She's going to bring all her electronics and stuff that she recently got in a storage unit. So I'm definitely going to go check that out, see what she has, and hopefully spend a lot of money and buy everything that I can post so that I can get it up on eBay, make some money on it. Maybe there's stuff for me as well too, because I'm always on the lookout for that. And I think that's a wrap for today. This video is a pretty long video. Flea market videos do tend to be very long. But look out for my live. It'll be coming tomorrow, October 12th. I hope I get, hope I get a few people in there, and anybody that has any questions. If you want me to answer them live, if you want to put them in the comment section down below, definitely. But we'll hang out for about an hour, and that's a wrap. Thank you guys. Appreciate any comments. I keep saying comments. Thumbs up on the video, please, and I'll see you guys in the next one.